Well, good afternoon to this lovely December 1st day. I don't know if it's lovely. I have stained glass windows I can't see. I'm assuming it's lovely. I hope it's lovely for you. It's VindaCator here from iPlayMore.com. Quick reminder, subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Make sure you go to iPlayMore.com and sign up for our video game test of Thunder. I'm the game designer developer for a game called Thunder. Takes place here. So if you got your spaceship and you flew way out of our galaxy, you would see this Milky Way galaxy. And some little high points. What we're focused on here is what's happening down the Carina Arm from where we are located. We're here where it says Sun. And you go down there and you see the stellar jewel box nebula NGC 3603. And NASA took a picture and it looks just like this. So this image just kept coming up over and over and over. I said, that's where my game's got to take place. So it's a star birthing area. So there's a massive nebula. And this is where stars are born. Not human stars, of course. And so we added in our little planet Nebulous Prime, with its spiral ringed world. And we fly into it a little bit here. And then this is the mock-up of the map that we're going to be building. So Bear Isle was done by the professional mapper. And then we've just... these two real-world islands on Earth are very close to each other, but they're not arranged like that. So I arranged this more like a game map would be. And then basically Azur's totally made up a bunch of different ideas. And then it's all laid out. And so these are my level layouts here. Kind of show us what's going to be happening there, but of course everything's going to be completely different. Now even Bear Isle here. Oh, and so this is the over game. So this is a meta game. So basically who wins the most controls the territory, makes it winning and losing have some purpose to it. Now this one was done professionally, and the whole idea was that we were going to have the kin here, you can actually even see it there, and the brood way over here. And it turns out from the nose to the tail, this is 6 kilometers, and that's just too big. I mean, yeah. So here's the image of the actual Bear Isle, and you can see we've left the kin castle where it is, but we've moved the brood fortress up. And this feels right. Oh, the other thing I need to talk about, we had a successful multiplayer test this week, very early stage, just with our old code, nothing on the new code yet. But that was successful. We were in the map together, and one of the things it revealed, as you can see here, these pathways are really wide. They're about as wide as a highway, but I didn't realize that till we had 2 guys in there. And so that's all been changed. I guess I should get a new image in there. And it's just showing some of the concept art done. There's not a lot new to show this week. People like Henrique are still working on rocks. I thought he'd be on trees this week, but he spent the whole week on rocks. And so basically what we're doing is putting in the level of detail. And what that means is as you back away from something, that it's going to have less polygons, less detail, and allow the game to perform better. It's just something we got to do, and it's part of the game development process, and it's kind of under the hood. It's the things you don't normally see. So anyways, so here's Eternal Shrine, location where we'll put a shrine, with some more concept art, what's coming up, the castle, the king castle, brood fortress, central fountain, and Henrique's crown. So we're showing that, and this is the word. Recently, it's got the word legacy on it. This is we're pitching this to private investors that there's a legacy here that when they cash out, their name will be on the items forever. And so that's why that word is there on some of those. And then we have some concept art for Uriel. And so we still got to model him. And I only got Oh, I didn't notice the swear word on there. Sorry about that. It happened. You see, I won the game, but I was proxy, so I'm the engineer, so I died a lot, you can see. But we won. And the times, man, last week was amazing times. We just blew through it. But this is more normal. And you can see, I mean, we're up against some pretty good players. He's killed 47 people. Man, that's amazing. Oh, this is a little experiment I did today. So I did some throne placements and went way up into the sky. And I got to tell you, it's rather fearful to be up there and then you place a throne and you try to land on it, you miss, and then you're falling through all these thrones. Oh, I had a real sense of fear. So it's... I'm kind of happy about that. So I'm not going to do that this week. It looks like Ruckus is broken. I'm not exactly sure why. I didn't notice that till today. But somebody broke it. Somebody put something up that broke the Ruckus. Just the images aren't showing up at the top. So I've got to have freedom to be able to do this properly and fly up there and stuff. So I'll show that off next week. But it's a cool idea. And then the 4 thrones that we got the lightning throne, the fire throne, the ice throne, and the storm throne. And this is a Lager. He is NPC character in the game, half lion, half tiger. Actually, we've got the leopard spots on him, so he's part leopard. I wanted more cat experience, so that's what he did. And I wanted more of a mane type hair, but turned into kind of a rock star hair. But that looks cool. He's the prince, and he's going to have this on his side. And then this is a early test of the male and female characters in the game. And then my mock-up of an action image, Telly versus Sugiel from the Kin and from the Brood. And then this is the movie poster. So we've got a vision video that we're doing just to kind of give us our motivation for why we're doing this. And one of the things is see the movie poster. So I had Henrique mock this up. So it's pretty cool. And game development roadmap. Still very happy to have this done. This has really simplified everything and made it kind of clear on what we're doing here. So it's going to knock that down a little bit. It's a little loud. And then this is the Twitch page. This is just a mock-up I did for the investor presentation. All those 4 dots. And then the new IMU Studios, the new iPlayMore logo. It's nice to have those updated. And you can earn mana. Mana is a real currency by being active in our Discord. So we're still pretty early to the game here. Coming out of the gate here, talking about this whole thing. Very early stage. Turn on my camera, wave hello. But the point of it all here is that we're making this game, and we just kind of, at the advice of Twitch and Amazon, show early, show often. So, maybe we're a little too early, but hey, why not? All right, so let's find the game. So I want to show this off here. You can see, so this is live. We're in the editor here. And I did the calling, which means that all the trees are not going to be appearing until you're close to them. So I want to kind of show this off here because it's kind of cool. So you can see the Kin Castle, the Brood Fortress. And as I come in, you see those trees populating? Isn't that cool? So that's what I got done. And it's just nice because when you're up in the air, it's not going to be trying to draw everything, so it's kind of cool. Jiggly when we go sideways. It seems to be an engine thing. Forward and backwards pretty smooth, but the sideways. Oh, I see what it is. It's when I'm going sideways. Something to do with the mouse and anyways. So I was in here earlier today, and I've sent Michael a whole massive list of things that need to be done that I've noticed. But let's just jump in. So I'm going to hit Alt-P. We ended up taking the ocean out, so the ocean is gone. Looks like it's still there, but it's not. So that's just the bottom. All right. Oh, we've got this issue here. I'm going to just try this again. I'm just going to escape because sometimes this works, sometimes it does not. So Worked earlier today. Now it's not working for the live broadcast, so Alt-P. We'll try it again. Anyways, the ocean was limiting our... no, it didn't work again. We'll try it one more time, then we'll give up. It was limiting our ability to connect in the multiplayer. So, it's in my hand. Look at that. Third time's the charm. Sometimes that saying works beautifully. So still lots of audio to go in, but I do have the water in and the ocean and all that kind of stuff. So this is just normal walk speed in the game. We also found that the run speed seems to be very fast. So this is going to open up your inventory. So on my screen would be the inventory. I was thinking today it's going to be a little bit of a shock when people walk up and that pops up on their screen, but you can simply walk away from it. You can see that my shields are filling up as I'm in the shrine here. And so yeah, I should have that freedom now. It's not showing up. Same with the power-ups, they're not showing up. Alright, so when I pick up this shield, this is a rare shield, you're going to see it gave me 42%. That probably should stay on for 10 seconds, Michael. That fade is a little fast. Alright, so you can see my first objective. I'll just turn my camera. You can see it says capture 15 meters. So I come to the thrones. My objective is complete, but now I am capturing the throne. And this is a team-based thing, so there's 3 different heights of the seats here. I'm on the main one. It's the fastest one. And the whole team can press into this circle, and we can all capture together, so it's a team-based game.
The king. Of Thunder.
The other thing is you'll notice my shields are back on my screen. They're filling up because I'm on the throne. So that's correct. Oh, let's just check recoil. There should be no recoil on the throne, so we'll just see if that's correct. No. So that's missing, so we need to have anti-recoil there as well. Anyways, okay. So you can see I really thinned the path out here. And I realized the reason the path is so wide is because the bridge is so wide. I just followed the width of the bridge and made all of the paths. So this is what I had to do, is narrow it down to get the paths to be more narrow. Okay, so I'm still just normal game walk speed. And this wasn't bad, but what was bad was this. When we were running fast like this, boy oh boy. It's like the person is so small and just shows up really fast. But anyways, we'll work on all that. It's just shocking to see that. So you see I'm picking up shields. Okay, so let's just see. Let's just try a device here. I don't know if this is working yet, honestly. All right. All right, so we're down to 291, and I pick up the blue, and it's back to 300. Okay, so it's working. All right. Okay, so that works. Good job, Michael. Thank you. And also, me looking at the map in that in the collision viewpoint. Man, I did a lot of fixing on the landscape today, so on a lot of stuff, and mostly over where we're not playing yet, where I haven't done a lot of work. So you can see my next objective is the fountain. And I was thinking today, we'll just call this the basic training. I'm going to be doing some more advanced, because this game is quite advanced. But you can play it this way. There's no problem. So there's no depth to this water. It should be fairly dark down here. There's holes that go out to the pit. They need to have some force fields on them. And maybe partially open at the bottom or something, just so that water flows out. Anyways, we got to figure all that out. So you can see on my screen it says hog at the top. That needs to fade. That should actually be right down, right in the middle of the screen at the bottom, but it's kind of in the wrong place. But anyways, then you see rare, 250 out of 1,000. Oh, interesting. So when I pick this up, It's going to give me 500, but that should be on every device. So the 300 over 300 should maybe be at the top, although I mean, I like how it looks. And then much smaller should be the rare. I don't really know what to do with the stronghold. I was thinking today, yeah, it's kind of, if you enter the game halfway through, it would be nice to know that this, the stage of Sked, and Sked stands for Stronghold, Kingdom, Empire, and Dynasty, is at a stronghold. So I would know that I couldn't level up my device. Now that's the other thing, is that shouldn't be 300 over 300 anymore. That last 300 should be leveled up because I leveled it up at the fountain. So you come here, shields show up again, which is nice. Some pep rolling across the screen there. So all these paths have been thinned out. It's a lot harder to stay on them now. And today I came whipping in and I just missed that. So it is very possible. This is kind of a narrow walkway. All right, so there's my objective complete. I've now gone to the second throne. So I've taken my enemy's throne. And you can see I've already got another objective for an empire. And if I left right now, that's a good question. Would I have an empire? Because I shouldn't.
The king. King of Dominations.
So I am the king. Now, this is a multiplayer game, 16 on 16. We would be fighting to control these thrones. It's like a tug of war because, it's basically who has the most players at that position to take that throne. So right now, my players would be, working to hold that if I was the king, that is. I'm just going to get up in the air here. So I'm just holding the shift. Sorry, not shift. I'm holding the space bar. And we're going to see these mountains popping over there. There they go. That's the level streaming. We got to set that up, but it's functioning, but it's just functioning basically. So all I got to do is touch this. So you can see now I've got an empire. My Sked says empire. I've captured my own throne. I've taken 2 throne strikes to the fountain and created a stronghold. I've captured the enemy throne and created a kingdom. And I've come home and established an empire. So now we can place an ice throne here. And that's what I was doing today. I went way up in the air. But I lost. I should have some power-ups on my HUD there. I don't. So, I can place another one. So it's going to go up. I'll place a storm throne. So I'm just hitting A, and then I'm firing my device, and it places another throne. Now, these thrones all need to face the enemy icons. They need to face just like this. Every throne I place. It's sort of doing that, but not quite. But this is what I was doing today. But I just sat and got a bunch of throne strikes. So there's a fire throne. And there we go. I'm on the back of it. Let's see if I can get to the front. So all of these thrones now need to have no recoil. They need to be giving me throne strikes. They need to be a shrine, so my HUD should be up on the screen while I'm on a throne. And that's a good time to look at your... So we're just going to get down from here. There's no falling damage in our game, which is very nice. Nothing worse, you're trying to run away from somebody, you jump and it's like, oh, you died. I had a guy get so mad today. He's like, I shot that guy. I should get the points. Because I jumped before he got the final shot. And the environment took the kill and not him. So none of that happening in our game. All right, so first of all, this is what your scepter is going to be like when it's working. It's not working. That's just me pushing the F key. Just an example of casting some lightning, but this is the lightning scepter. And then we've got, that's the fire scepter facing towards me. That's not right. It's supposed to face away from me. And that's the ice. And those are way too big. Anyways, we'll get that all fixed. So nobody's working on that yet. Okay, so another thing that happens in our game is you can push G for gesture. So what's going to be happening here is every character is going to have a unique set of animations attached to the G key. And so let's, you play games and the character dances and stuff. And of course you want to see them. So what we want to do is kind of have the camera out like this and kind of pan around. And the character pushes G, the camera pans around. But we just heard a funny noise because when you're pushing G, that's how the power-ups are appearing. And I can't pick them up because they're broken today. But this is still working. So I can kind of come over. We can have a look here. So what we got here is notability. So that's 5 times damage. We have notch up, which fills up your shield and your energy. And if you're in a shrine, it's twice as fast, which is a nice power-up to have. And there is not with, which is your invisibility. Now, I came up with this really cool idea today that when you're in a heavy firefight, you got notability, it comes up on your screen. When your shields are low, notch up comes up on your screen. And when you're being attacked and you should hide yourself away, that the not with comes up on your screen. I thought those were really good ways of just having, instead of just having the power-ups on your screen all the time, to have them hidden until they need to be used. And so it comes up on the screen, it's obvious. So here's freedom. And so that's what gives me the ability to do this incredible jump. Isn't that incredible? This is one jump. Of course, it's because our characters have wings. And also, it's the ability to do this, go fast like this. So there you go. So my thought last week was to have these power-ups over here, and I thought that's great. But then I remembered we're going to have a whole bunch of grass here. Oh, I picked them all, and they're not on the HUD, so yeah, see, I'm really fast now. So I don't know, we might have to tone some of this stuff. Of course, I mean, I'm playing the game as somebody with all the power-ups and earned wings and all that kind of stuff, so it definitely will be slowed down for the new players. But, we just got to work through all that stuff. And then here's the last power-up. This one is called Return. And this is one that you can get and hang on to. And then when you go to the pit, you're going to be left with 2 things. I always say one thing, but it's actually 2. The claw. So in my right hand is the claw. I still don't know what to do with the scepter. I've got to figure that out. Note to self. But you'll be left with this power-up, and that power-up will return you to your home tree, which is the tree back here. And as you can see, because I own this throne, there's now a force field here, and this is a safe zone. So if I wanted to come here and... Now, here's a little secret for all you people that need to answer your phone or answer your door or whatever. This is where you go AFK. Find yourself a shrine. They're all over the map. This is the best one because it's protected, at least until the enemy takes our throne. Or if you want to come into your inventory, this is the best place. Because anywhere else out on the map, you could be attacked. And you're going to be aware of it. You're going to be able to just back away from it, and you'll be out of it. So it's very, very cool. That's our own design. And you can see I got 100 of all shields. So that's great. And the way the shields work, let's just look at that for a second. Let's come back in here. And let's just talk about devices. Let me get right to the base. So all that this does is push the enemy off the throne. That's a left click. A right click, I'm just going to do the basic because it does a few things. But the right click puts me into a self pod and protects me. I'm just going to back away from that a little bit so it's not so loud. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. Got to scroll up. So this is like your sniper. So if you like to snipe, this is the one that you'd use. It's got the largest range, and you can see that very top shield is silver. Well, that's half black, half white. Maybe we should change that to half black, half white. Actually, it kind of looks that way, I guess. Yeah, it kind of looks that way. So yeah, so this is going to attack that shield. This is the companion. This attacks the weight of that shield. See, and then we should have red. That would make a lot more sense. So we're going to switch those two out. So red needs to be second. So another little job that we need to do. So this is the Wolverine. And then this is the companion. This is the Stingray. And then we get up into the blue. You can see it just filled that up, which is nice. Okay, so let's move the blue to the third. So this is your main blue device. This is one of my favorite. It's not working here 100% the way I'd like to, the recoil. So I've just been using the white because it seems right. And then this is your cleanup. This is the H2O. So this is going to fire water on your left click and ice on your right. So it's kind of like a mini gun when you're firing the ice, and like a water gun when you're firing your left click. Then we get into the rare devices. Now this one's supposed to have energy holding that front part and back part together. Every one of those horns has an energy bar on it. And I did get that in, but it wasn't happening 100%. Anyways, but I don't know what I want to say about that. Anyway, so that attacks directly to the core shield. So you see at the bottom there, my rare shield, 100% there. Looks like a rainbow. That's what this does. And any device will attack that if the other shields are removed. And then the last device, when my arm comes back up, is the Prismatic Resonator, or P-Res. And that's what this is. Or PR even, is fine. And so when you fire that, those blades are going to spin. The right clicks are going to be kind of build-ups. And so those are things we have to do. I don't know why. I gotta... You can't even get that. You can't get that. Anyway, so there you go. That's how that all works. Hey, King, how you doing? King Tut. Thank you. Now remember, this just in the editor. It's still very early stage. Our time of day is not working yet. We don't know why. It'll work on the test level. It worked on the old level, but it's not working in here. So basically what that means is the sun is supposed to be going across the map, and then it's supposed to go to night. But yeah, it's feeling good. So let's run some paths. That's kind of the thing I really like about this is running these paths, making some choices. Oh yeah, we didn't go look at the pit. Let's go do that. Oh, totally off the path there. So I still got to get power-ups on the path. We still got to get the fountain working. This guy's supposed to be spitting fire into the water. We're supposed to have some depth in the water here, but we'll get to that. So now I am in the pit. Let's just jump down. So in our game, there is no death. Death really doesn't make a lot of sense in games that you die and then you just click and you come back. So what we do is we banish people. So I'm just going to get a recoil device here. There we go. Pull myself all the way up here. Oh, I think I hit an invisible wall or something. So what happens is you spawn up there and then you fall into the pit. And you have nothing. You have no shields. You're left with your base device. We're still trying to get that working. Here it is. So this claw, it will block some shots if you got it wound up. It will give you some basic ability to fly, but it's very slow. It's very hard to control. And so here we are in the pit. Now, nothing is lit properly yet. We don't have a lighting person on the team yet. And so let's see, where should we go today? So I think I've got all this figured out by now. It's amazing how long this pit fooled me and confused me. But here we go. So we got a little bit of tension building music here. So in the pit, you're going to be able to pick something up. So I'm just going to change to a recoil device. Uh-oh. Oh, I clicked off the screen. That's all. It's like, what's going on? I don't know why that happens. Sometimes in games, I know it's because you're windowed. Windowed borderless. And here we go. Oh yeah, so we want to put a dragon in here. Sleeping dragon, but any dragon do for now. That's why the music is so intense. I don't advise shooting the dragon. It's going to be a hidden room. We're going to have a doorway here, and you're going to have to shoot it. And then it'll open. You'll have a few seconds to come in here, and there will be a rare device that's still going to do all that. It's part of the reason I do these videos, because I make notes and then I watch it later and go, oh yeah, man, I forgot to do that. It's just so much. Your brain cannot contain it all. Well, that's really interesting how the light is lighting that up. So it's great. We've got all these holes working. Early tests were not that successful, but we've got it working now. Thank you, Henrique. So I should flatten some of this area too. I've learned how to do that. Oh, and we've got some jaggies here. Yeah. So that's a place I haven't been working at. I'll get that done. All right, push or jump. And there we go. So we just entered the pit at the fountain, exited. So that's that's a cool thing about this game is if you want to be sneaky, you go through the pit. And all the rare devices are in the pit. Well, the dragon is a bit of a foreshadow because there is, spoiler alert, a map called Dragonian, and it's where the dragons are. So that's just a little bit of a foreshadow. So I like to do things like that, kind of tease people with some things. So, but anyways, okay, let's run this path here. So again, I want to just mention all the code in this right now is just placeholder code. How things are running, this is just in the game engine. So this isn't a packaged version of the game like we're going to be sharing. And so I'm going to guess somewhere around March we will be, and it's funny because I've been saying this for a long time, but we will have the real code in and really be able to do multiplayer. I don't know if much of the gameplay is. Like, I mean, we've been able to put all this code in and devices in and all these things in very quickly because we're just using blueprint placeholder code. But the real game, let's talk about something else here. I asked the lead programmer, I said, I played Crisis 2. I played Crisis 1, Crisis 2, and Crisis 3, but Crisis 2 had no lag. I'd play with guys, and they would have a ping of 250, and there was no lag. And he says, oh, yeah, that's called predictive programming. I'm like, oh, good. Somebody knows what it is, because I've been asking a lot of programmers, and they didn't know what it was. And he said, oh, yeah, Dota had that, too. In fact, his internet connection was bad. He couldn't play League of Legends, but he could play Dota. And that's because Dota was predictive programming. So what that means is when I shoot, it's not slowing down my character to say, oh, well, you're really laggy, so we're going to slow you down and you're going to feel all juddery and stuff like that. What it is the server is predicting everything, and it's saying, oh, I suspect that when you fire that shot, that guy coming up is going to be hit. And it's going to take shield away from him and give me points. And then if it says, oh, no, actually you missed, it'll actually reverse and give him back his shield and take away my points. Which, in a first-person shooter game, is a big problem because you only have 100 health. But in our game, where it's big, long battles with all the shields, you can actually retreat and all that kind of stuff, it's going to work. It's designed for it. And I mean, I've been thinking about it for years. So that's the exciting thing. I can actually say, right now there's lag, but when we have our real code set in here, I'm saying March, could be sooner, could be a little later, there's actually going to be no lag, which is so exciting because we've got developers in Brazil and all over the world, and we're going to be able to play together. So look at that throne up there. So basically, the way the game works is my team's going to be able to place thrones all the way across the level, and we're going to be able to leapfrog. So what leapfrog means here, my buddy can now place a throne here because my throne's there, his throne's here, and then I can run ahead and place another throne, and away goes. So just ignore this jiggly. It's just I think we've narrowed it down that it's the character we put in here. So this character here, she is not properly boned. She doesn't have proper animations. We've just taken our very first character we had made and threw her in here really quickly. And it's nice to have our own character in here. But, you know, what's funny is she is a brood character. You can see from her tail. We've got to animate that tail, too. And, now here's the cool thing. This was actually totally a mistake, that if you go like this, just spin your mouse around and you hit the other player, they go flying. And so we were thinking, well, hey, we could do that with the brood and have their tails, you know, they spin around and hit you with their tail and you go flying. So anyways, the claw does that too, probably better. But it was just a funny little thing that we discovered. So anyways, boy, I don't know what else to talk about here. We got to get this working, guys. So I need somebody to reduce the size of the scepters. We've got a missing scepter. Actually, there's two missing. One that's already built, one that has to be built. There's supposed to be a common scepter too, and that's more what the renters are going to use. And then people that buy scepters, you know, they can specialize or they can buy a bunch of different ones, and the game's going to auto switch them. And so you see the animation there? See, I'm dropping my arms. That's just a little test we did. So, but anyways, yeah, it's still a mess. But hey, we're still in our prototype stage. Alpha's coming soon, so probably in the next couple months we will be in alpha, and away we go. So let's push escape. Oh, I should have did it at the waterfall. That's really cool. I actually think I figured. Oh, I have my smoothing tool out. Whoops. Oh yeah, because I was doing some smoothing. Actually, let's be silly. Let's show what smoothing looks like. I've never done this ever live. Where were those jaggy things? So this is what I do. I look for these jaggy points, and then I just smooth them out. Wow, look at that. Oh. So I'm just kind of in a spectator mode here right now. So yeah, we still got lighting to do, but that's it all comes later. So it's kind of nice that we know all the order to do everything now. Got that all figured out. So let's talk about financing. So that's kind of been our big painful moment is, you know, we've been an unfinanced company. I've got a little bit of money. I'm helping out a little bit here and there, but I can't pay the guys. There's just no way I can do that. So, you know, I spent a whole bunch of time putting together the financing system, and our lead investor, we've got money coming, and he said to me, he's like, oh, things are done differently now. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because so much time has gone by since I did our last financing package. It's structured totally different and better, way better, especially for investors. So that's caused a little bit of a delay, but that money's still coming. We're hoping mid-December that we will have our first rounds coming in, and this will become a finance project. Right now, it is not. This is a love and passion that we're doing this, putting all this time and effort into it in the belief that it's going to be great. But it's you know, I've been watching a lot of game reviews, and I can see what companies are doing wrong and how they're taking advantage of gamers. Oh, we're dropping frames. I didn't realize that. And anyways, okay, well, since I'm dropping frames, I didn't know that. So that means your view of this is going to be a little laggy, and sometimes that happens, and it's not me. So let's just jump over to and close this out. So it's VindaCator from iPlayMore saying make sure you go to our website, iPlayMore.com, and sign up for a video game test of Thunder. And yeah, we're just months away, guys, from doing a real multiplayer test. And we did have a successful test this week. So anyways, yeah, it's showing I'm not even broadcasting anything. So interesting. Okay, well, it's VindaCator, and I am out.